Right, welcome everybody. I wanted to say thank you for all of you who are following along. This is my biannual event. It's mostly for me because then I can see what progress is actually going on with the platform, and it gives me motivation to know that there is some changes that are going on repeatedly, and it's through repeated efforts, very, very difficult repeated efforts that things actually happen. So I want to give you some of the numbers in terms of what's actually going on in the platform. So remember, I'm building this platform. It's called the R3ciprocity Project, where I want to incentivize and create feedback for other people, a platform where you can get feedback from other people that's going to be kind and fun and exciting, and that you actually want to continuously work within the academic field. And I thought, this is applied in many different areas. Why not apply it to the work that we actually do? I'm an innovation professor, so why not actually do this? And so I sought out building the reciprocity.com, and it's been very, very difficult in many different ways, but I continue to build it out. And I want to give you some of these metrics today in terms of where it is. It's about 7.5 years in of continuously building this out. I've got a wonderful team of developers at AtDrive. They're helping me out. They're based out of India and doing some really great things in terms of making sure that the platform continues to get built and we continue to develop at this. But on the other side, there's all these marketing efforts that I do, quote unquote, content marketing efforts, I guess. And that is thinking about how to get the word out and build community. Those really important things that are often not discussed. And, as I continue to do this thing, I always demonstrate I want to be as open as I possibly can. So what's going on now in terms of YouTube? I've got 4.3 million views on YouTube, and that continues to grow every single. That continues just to continue to grow, right? It's down actually 15% from last year, but these things go up and down. I want you to see this is over time in terms of this growth. I actually paid to give you sort of an idea of this. I paid right there for people to watch videos, and it was really expensive. I would not do that again unless I had something that I knew was really, really working. But just building community, letting people know that they're okay, being part of a larger thing, I think is much more important, and I continue to stress that. That this is a community about kindness and making sure other people feel good, and because it was generated from me, the way that I feel about things within the academic game and how I struggle with things. And so I am just telling my story as I have grown up with somebody that has ADHD, really struggles at writing. And it just doesn't come easy to me. So I want to make sure that other people understand what it's actually like. So there is 19,300 subscribers. Thank you on YouTube. That's it's unbelievable that there's actually that many people that pay attention to it. So let's go to the blog. Here you can see that the blog actually is growing. Remember, that's one of the things I want you to know is that this stuff is a continuous effort. And for a couple of years, the blog wasn't really getting any more traction and wasn't doing better. But you can see it's actually up from the previous year. The metrics are a little screwy because the year before Google Analytics changed. So I can't give you a comparison, but the numbers actually are up. There's 40,000 people this year that have gone on to the blog. And I do appreciate that. I think it's only through you seeing that and participating that we could actually make these changes. And that, hopefully slowly that there's some positive things that are going on. You can see people from around the world that are participating and being on it. And thank you. ultimately, that's what this is. So there's another platform that has done pretty well. I'm on a couple of other ones. Actually, I'm on all of the platforms because I think that's how you get the word out. You just have to work ridiculous. To give you, I just work every evening, every morning, and I work my butt off, tail off of getting this done, of making sure that people are paying attention. I'm on TikTok. That has stalled. I think it's been at like 37.8 thousand followers for a very long time, for like 2 or 3 years. The algorithm changed. But that's okay. And continue to grow and to do things. On LinkedIn, and that continues to grow, and that's an important part of puzzle because I actually meet a lot of people on there. There's 800,000 impressions, and I basically had no followers on LinkedIn when I started this, and now there's 4,868 followers. The platform has changed in the last little bit. I've noticed that things are maybe not as conducive, but who knows? We will see. We'll continue to do this out because I think it's super important. Now, all of this obviously is to get people to go onto the platform. And you could see that, oh, that's interesting. You can see. That's the other thing I want you to know. This is a never-ending process, and there is constant bugs. If you're going to do this, it's constantly working at it and constantly making it better. There's always things going down. There's always things that are just not working, but you just roll with the punches. And despite, people not liking it and all those kind of things, you just have to be okay with yourself as you continue to do this and know that these things, hard things, take a lot of time, and you got to continue to just be happy doing it. You could see this is, I think, pretty genuine traffic. You can see that there's spikes. These spikes are actually where something maybe goes viral or people pay attention to it. Seems to happen a little bit more in the last year where people are paying attention to it. It's getting more traction in different platforms. People are reaching out in various different ways. And I do appreciate that. It's been many, many years where nothing has happened. And, you go through a lot emotionally when you do something like this. And ultimately, I'm building this because I care about other people. And I care, and I think it's really important to do things. I care. The fundamental reason, I go through so much emotional stuff. And I think I'm so imperfect in all of those things. So I think, why I'm not the only one. And if I'm not the only one, how can I build this to make it better so that we can build a platform where we can get feedback on our writing, get help whenever we need it, and that help is going to be there, and it's going to be encouraging and fun and silly, and use all of the bells and whistles that I can possibly do to make our life just easier as researchers and as PhDs around the world. And that's a hard thing because, it's an uphill battle, but I'll continue to do that repeatedly. So in terms of the number of users, you can see that there's 6,800 people have looked onto R3ciprocity, the actual website. That's pretty big for me because I've never had that many people in the year. So thank you. And then people that have logged in, I think it's 2,200 people in the last year have logged in. So thank you. Genuinely, thank you for being part of this, for generating this. I know that you might not participate in as many ways as I am, but simply by you letting other people know, simply by leaving a like, comments, those kind of things, that changes it. That helps things grow, that builds a community. And it's not like the algorithm grow and all of that kind of stuff. It helps other people. and it helps build community so that other people can see this. As long as they're kind and helpful and generous comments, I'll encourage those things. If they're mean and hateful and stuff, I'll delete them, right? Like if they're just like, ugh, I'll delete them. But if they're kind and generous and you want to help other people, by all means, leave those comments. Let other people know. This is important for other people to see. And the more that we can build empathy, the more that we can encourage good behavior within the whole research community, the more that my ultimate goal is to create a platform to create non-rejectable research papers and grants. How might I do that? The way that I've been doing it, little by little, step by step. And the only way that I can do this is doing this. That's the way that I know. I can't change anything else, so I'm just going to do step by step, little by little, and hopefully you'll follow along and you'll see this thing grow and it'll become a bigger part of all of our communities, all of what we actually do. And I strongly believe that. So I just want to say thank you. Deeply, deeply thank you for participating, being part of this. Yeah, thanks. I deeply appreciate it. Let's make academia, let's make research a kinder, gentler, more empathetic field where we care about everybody. All right, take care. Have a wonderful day.